Yeah, let the truth be told. Keep it real and we never hold back. Authentic, real life, real problems. We gon' chop it up and we bringing all facts. Only the truth is what we deliver. And it's hosted by Cashmere Camellia. Kick up your feet, there's nobody realer. Truth be told, you best get familiar. Truth be
Welcome to another episode of Truth Be Told with Cashmere Camellia. Now, this episode is a little different. Well, a lot different. What I did was wanting to go to different people that I know and talk about grievance because of what I went through. And if we're being honest, what I've went through with my grievance was losing two of my parents unexpectedly. So I wanted to be on a journey to talk about that with other people that can relate to me with losing a loved one, whether it was a friend, a child, a parent, a grandparent. It doesn't matter. You lost somebody in the grievance process. Everybody is different in their journeys. So I decided for my first official guest, introducing Marvin McQueen. He is my... Yes. You was my publisher for my book, baby. Somebody got to tell the truth.
Somebody.
And we clicked as a friendship, and I was like drawn to be so comfortable because I was so shy and just standoffish and like, yeah, I want to write a book. And the more we got the chance to work together, the more we developed a friendship and partnership and making this book a success. So, you know, with the tragedy that we experienced, I believe, 2 years ago?
3
years ago.
Yeah. 2021.
Right. You lost your father.
Wow.
Unexpectedly.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into that, but I want people to know who is Marvin McQueen.
Oh, all right. Not too complicated. No, but I'm an author and a consultant. I do get the opportunity to help people write, publish, and sell their books. That's my lane right now. So I've been doing that. 2011. 2011 on the hush, and little by little got a little bit more confident. I'm like, all right, I can help people. Right. My biggest thing is getting people to get their message out. No matter how that message is, no matter what it is, we'll do the professional stuff, but I want people's voice to be in their book. And then when someone's reading it, it's as if they're in your business. Right. That's how I think it should be. So, been doing that. You can rest assured I'm learning every day to be better at whatever I do. So yeah, that's me. Okay, so let's get into the grievance. Good old grievance. I know. Don't we all? Did we have a journey of that? Yeah. And we can relate of losing a parent. So can you talk a little bit about what happened? Yeah, I can. I will say, a few years ago, right after it happened, I couldn't talk about it. My father, Marvin McQueen the first. I'm the second, so he's the first. And man, that guy, he did it all. He really did it all. So during COVID, the height of COVID, I think it came in 2020. Then they went. Well, I believe it came in the latter part of 2019. But when we found out about it, you know, when we found out about it, he didn't really at first believe in the shot, right? But ended up getting the first one. But there was a day that August 1st, 2021, I'll never forget. I called him. I was like, "What's up, man?" I called him Pop. "What's up, Pop?" And he was like, "I don't feel good." Then a couple of hours later, he goes to the hospital. My father has never called for an ambulance. He has never said, I don't feel good like that.
Right.
So I knew it had to be serious. Of course, he got it supporting somebody at a wedding, some event he went to. And I was like, I know y'all sitting apart and all that stuff, but you just never know because it's floating out there. So he went in the hospital August 1st and he did not come out. So on my birthday, he passed away. On my birthday, he passed away. And that was probably like one of the biggest hits. Because I was like, I don't understand. But throughout that time he was there, he did things like text you, call you, say, hey, bring me some watermelon. He loved watermelon. So he wanted some of that. And I'm like, how can we get up there? So we had to, that whole process, everything was on lockdown.
Right.
So we're dropping off clothes. I'm dropping off Bibles and books that he reads. But he was in ICU. His oxygen level was going down over and over and over. So they put him on the oxygen machine, trying to make sure he's breathing. Okay. And he did well. But at some point, I think he was like, I'm tired. So my father did some interesting things. He gave people instructions on what to do. And it was almost as if, you're just closing chapters. That's how he did it. And I did not pay attention to it until months later, having his cell phone, going through his messages, trying to see what can I do to make sure everything is done well.
Right.
My dude retired from the hospital bed. I said, how you get somebody to put all your paperwork in and all that? But he did it. He made sure everything was good from church to home. He did what he needed to do until he was like, that's it. He was quiet the 22nd. The last conversation we had was the 22nd. And it was very brief.
Okay, August
22nd. Very brief.
Now, during that time, was he still having difficulties breathing up and down? Yeah,
up and down.
Okay.
Now, he's a strong guy. I mean, my dad worked out all the time. He annoyed me because he worked out all the time.
Right.
And as you can imagine, I grew up, all right, come on, we got to exercise. So I'm used to the exercise, learning that discipline from him. I mean, 60-something years old, still lifting 225 on the bench press, doing some normal work, workout and warm ups, and it make you mad sometimes. Like, you really do, But it helped me. It definitely helped me. So him working out, him never having a hospital visit. So I'm sure his anxiety is up. So he's developed this anxiety while he's there because he's like, y'all call the doctor, try to get me out of here during that whole process. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try. They were like, no, you can't go anywhere. I mean, literally everything's locked down. That part really upset me because I couldn't get to him at all. Like I can't see him. I was like, man, I put a whole cover up hazard suit on, go in,
because they wasn't allowing people in the hospital at that time.
They wasn't allowing people.
Not even visitation, like one by one.
Not at all.
Oh my God.
Not in ICU. In the emergency room, sure. But when it came to the fact that you got to go to ICU or you had a room or something, because, during that time, even people didn't have room. Right. It was overcrowded in some places. So we went through that, and that was tough.
That got to be tough. Now that I didn't know about, you couldn't even see your dad
at all.
So
him and mom caught COVID. So mom's at the house doing what she do. Of course, we're gonna go by, check on her, make sure she good. She's upstairs, we're downstairs, making sure she have what she. All right, at some point you gotta come down here and get it. A few times I'm extra bold, so I'm coming upstairs, putting 2 masks on, be all right. And I was good. I was grateful for that. I was good.
And that's mama.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, make sure she's straight. Even for him, when he was at home after they caught it, I was like, man, this thing here was kicking their butt. So I got my shots before they got theirs.
Okay.
Because actually, even at the beginning, middle of July, I think that's when they caught it. Yeah, around July. they thought it was just flu. And then later on it just got so much worse for him. So much worse.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you guys couldn't see
Yeah.
your father. So, okay, so he took the breathing machine away.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that. So he the 22nd.
Yes.
His brief conversation was we said we love you. You know, you gotta keep fighting.
And that was on the phone?
I was on the phone.
FaceTime?
No, he didn't have FaceTime. Plus, he was kind of laying back all the time. He didn't.
Okay.
Now, the nurses were very nice to make sure they put the phone to his ear.
Okay.
So they helped him out.
Okay.
Do that because he got weak through that time. Like looking at his last text message that he sent out to his assistant or his principal. One of his principals. He was like, "I'm done. Make sure everything is good. All my paperwork in. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Appreciate it.
Right.
See you later." And I was like, that's an interesting text message, but okay.
Right.
Whatever. All right, cool. I didn't think nothing of it. 22nd, he said, we said, we love you. Got to keep fighting. He said, That was his last line was, So we find out later on, throughout the night, he has taken the oxygen mask off his face, lays it on his shoulder. Unresponsive. Now on the 22nd, we did a DNR because he always said, don't let nobody beat on me. I don't want all that. And I was like, okay, all right, wait a minute. Like this is, if the doctor's calling saying, if something happens,
right?
Do y'all want me to? And I'm like,
because that happened to us.
Yeah. And I'm like, I wanted to say yes.
Right, because it's like, yeah.
Mom said, y'all know how he is.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I ain't gonna overstep.
Right.
I'll let it be. So no, he all right. So 23rd, nothing. And so I figured the machine was holding on, breathing for him and all that stuff. And then they took him off on 24th, my birthday. And then that was it. I got the call. I was in the post office. Yeah.
When you got the call?
When I got the call. I was mailing something off for him. And when I got that call,
wow.
I was like, you serious? Y'all, wait. I was like the next person in line. And I was just stunned. And I was stuck in my spot. And I was like, really? I just took a deep breath and I walked out. To this day, I don't even know how that package got mailed. So somebody took it from me.
Right.
But they got it.
I know that was tough.
Man.
I know that was tough. So how do you define grievance in your own way? Like in your journey, how do you define grievance?
I defined it as love having no place to go on earth.
What? I've never heard of that.
That's how I defined it. Through therapy.
That's unique.
Through therapy, that's how I got it. Love having no place to go on earth.
I like that.
I'm like, we gotta leave here somehow.
Right.
Never ready though.
Yeah.
I'm never ready.
You're never going to be ready.
No, man, I'm never ready for it. That's how I've been able to define it. Now, I mean, talking intellectually now about it was not my thing. I shut down. I shut down, but I kept working and moving. So I just stepped into a role, not knowing what I was doing, but I knew to keep going. But I didn't do the keep going part properly.
Right.
Man.
Because that's when you're in a grievance process, it's like you make so many mistakes. And that's how I feel. Like, man, I look back and like, even now. It'll just be only 2 years for my mom.
2 years. Wow.
2 years will be in May this year, but my father is going on this year 5.
5 years.
5 years, yeah.
Wow, man.
So with both, when my dad passed towards the end of 2019, I still felt like I was making reckless decisions. But then when my mom passed, I really was like out of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I get it of during that grievance journey, like you just moving. You gotta work. You gotta do stuff. You gotta keep living. Or you're just gonna be stuck. Like you're just gonna be in a deep, deep depression.
It's heavy.
Really, yes.
Heavy. Yeah.
So I'm even glad that I'm able to talk about it now. I still feel like I'm in my healing process because definitely my mama.
Yeah.
Losing parents, period, is a struggle. Like, and in your situation, you lost your dad and you're like holding on to your mama. Like, hold on, lady.
Yeah, man.
So how do you operate of being the man for you have how many sisters?
I have 2 sisters.
2 sisters. And
2 sisters.
And you. So it's 3.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like you have to be the man of the immediate family?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
I'll explain. So at first I said, whatever dad did,
Okay.
I was going to do the same.
Okay.
Joker did a lot. Bruh did a lot.
You couldn't handle all
I was looking at it, I was like, oh, nah.
I'm not doing
I'm going to have to be a drug dealer, rob banks, something. I can't do it. This is a lot. But the character of him was great. So he taught me things.
Right.
That I didn't think he was teaching me. But when he passed, that thing came rushing in and started me. Right. I was like, oh, that's okay. So I was able to say, if my sisters or my mom need me, I will teach them and show them how to work through something as I work through it.
Okay.
Not necessarily doing it for them. And it changed. It had to change for me because I was stressing.
Right.
Man, I'm taking, what's the acid, the indigestion medicine, different stuff like that on your stomach, the gas relief, because I was struggling. I would eat something that didn't stay down. I mean, appetite gone, just feeling heavy all the time. Right. And so I was like, something got to give. And now this happened literally the first 9-10 months after he passed. So I was running. I just stepped in. I pick up mom, go take her somewhere. Sisters called. Oh, you need something? I got you. I'm gonna go do it. I'm running. Family, kids, just running. Right. And one day I said, I need help. And I was looking at TV and one of the commercials came on about therapy. Hymns.com. So no matter what.
I've seen that commercial.
Yeah, because when I saw it, I was like, oh, they just do the ED stuff, you know. But no, something said mental health, and I was like, let me see, because pieces of me is like, I can't trust nobody.
Right.
I'm feeling something, and believe me, everybody who was somebody that knew us growing up would tell me, well, you got to step in and be what your dad was. I can't.
Right. It feels like a lot of pressure.
Man. And I was like, okay. I'm respectful. Yes, sir. Right, yes, ma'am. I do what I can. But the running about killed me. And I was like, if he was tired, I totally feel like my father was tired.
Okay.
I felt like he gave all of himself till he couldn't give himself nothing. So one thing that I learned about death teaches you how to live.
Don't it?
Yeah, it teaches you how to live. You be like throwing all this stuff out. I'm cutting the cords on certain things, and so I did it. And the book I read that my therapist, once I got into therapy, he was like, I'm sharing with him everything, and he's like, got a book for you to read. And in my head, I'm like, how the hell you gonna give me a book? I'm telling you how I'm feeling. But he's like, I'm gonna help you. 1 Minute Manager meets the monkey. So I'm like, I read 1 Minute Manager. I'm thinking that the book is about management and leadership in corporate world.
Right.
But he says, read it based on your life. I said, oh.
That's interesting.
Oh.
Okay.
And I had to chill. I had to sit for a little while, take some deep breaths, and was like, how am I going to do that? But surely, when I read that book, I was getting rid of every monkey that wasn't mine.
Oh, man. You need to pass that book on.
I got you. I got you. I got you. It's on my shelf. I got it. And I'm like, how to do this? Because people are actually expecting me to be someone who I actually can't feel his shoes. So instead of feeling his shoes, I was told and taught, stand on his shoulders. And I'll never forget, a pastor told me that. If I say his name, Dr. Gary Williams, he know. I tell everybody. He told me, he said, you're not him, but you can stand on his shoulders. And I was like, ugh. All right. So through that lengthy conversation, I'm in tears.
Right.
Trying to figure out how to do this. And so I had to tell myself, and I had to show my family, I'm not dad. I'm your brother. I'm not your husband. I'm your son.
All right.
You know what I mean? I'm not your uncle. I'm your cousin. Because he did a lot for people. And everybody said the same thing. Hey, your father was great. Your father was this. I miss him. Some of his friends, if I see them in the grocery store or something like that, they look at me and just stare at me. You look just like your dad. And I'm like, I know. And then they about to cry. I'm like, okay, you can go now. It's okay. You ain't gotta get.
Right,
And then I'm sorry. I was like, I understand. That touches me every time. That means he meant something to you.
Right.
And so once I learned to get rid of the monkeys that wasn't mine, I said, now I have to set some boundaries. And the boundaries was not to not have responsibility. The boundaries was don't be something that you're not. Because that's what our parents did for us. They helped us. They told us certain things to actually do so we wouldn't make the same mistakes that they made.
Right.
Because they knew a better way. And then I'm like, yeah, no, that man, my dad tried. He was like, I'm gonna set you up this way. I'm gonna help you out. Do this and do that. I'm still me. So
now how do you, learning from all of that, and that is awesome. That's amazing. So how do you navigate life now with, because it's been about, you said 4 years?
So going on 4, and how I do it now, I take my time.
Okay.
I'm learning, and I know the difference between my capacity and my limitations.
Okay.
So I'm like, if I feel like I can help somebody out, I'll help you. But if I feel like you about to drain me, yeah, we'll talk tomorrow.
Okay, so you done set boundaries.
I'll holler at you next week.
Right.
Because if I can take it, I can take it. Because for a while, I didn't even go to other people's funerals. People looking for me, yeah, you gonna go to this person's funeral, go to this person's funeral? No, hell no, I can't take it. I know I can't take it. I'm struggling.
Right.
And so I'm like, nope, I'm good. So
do you feel like you're still in that grievance?
Not as bad, but I'm still learning and I'm still like pushing it day by day.
Right.
Because I still have my family. I still have my sisters. I still have my mom. And there are times that they want to lean on me. And so whatever I've learned that they may not have dealt with, see, because a lot of people don't believe in grief counseling.
Right.
They think that it can just leave, and it won't just leave.
It won't.
You can get your nails done all you want. You can get massages all you want. You can take 18 cruises all you want. It's not going to get rid of it until you actually talk about it. And so I had to talk about it. And Lord knows I did not want to. Because I'm like, I don't want to talk. No, I don't want to talk about losing somebody. And we're going to talk about it again next week. And we're going to talk about it again the week after that.
Right. No, that is the truth.
I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted to do. But it was, how can you cope with it? Like, how can you actually deal with loss? A loss that you can't control. Because we're control freaks. If we can't control it, we don't want to do it. If we can't find a parking space that we want to find, and somebody else take the parking space, we get mad.
Real
so-and-so, the park, they saw me finna park there.
Right?
Well, you lost. It's okay. So now I got to figure out how to handle that there now. So day by day, I try my best to make sure I am better with how I deal with things. And I know what I need to do, how I need to do it. So.
Okay. Because that's what I am in therapy. I'm still in therapy now.
Me too. Me too.
To talk about one thing that my therapist said to me was, why are you trying to rush grievance? Like, why are you trying to escape the process of the grievance? And it's like, I'm not. And it's like, yes, you are. You're trying to make it quick.
Yeah.
And you can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm learning that now as I'm being more spiritual in my life and allowing God to take control. The more of my feelings takes control, and I don't want to, and I don't want to even think about it. So that's a struggle for me.
That's honest, yeah.
Yeah, that's a struggle for me. Truth be told.
That's it. That's true.
Well, thank you so much for sitting with me. I enjoyed this for you to open up about your grievance journey.
Yeah.
So I pray that you continue healing. I pray that you continue walking in your truth. I pray that you continue to set boundaries for your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're going to be good.
I'm going to be good. No, I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you for letting me tell a little bit of my stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Still working on it. I'm going to keep working
Yes,
on
we
it,
still are working with the grievance.
Yeah.
Truth be told, you best get familiar. Truth be told.